Yes, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast podcast. I'm sorry, I messed with the intro, but Colby's face on my screen is just like it's just dead frozen. I love it. Anyways, welcome back to another episode of the Bootcast podcast. As always, I'm your host. I am with my fellow co-hosts Matt and Colby. Colby, sir, how are you doing? I love the glasses.
Oh, thanks, man. It's funny because Matt just got back from playing like some serious soccer, and I just got back from pickup a little bit ago. So
nice.
Contact talk in the shower, and I'm like, after this podcast, bro, I'm done.
You're done. You're wiped.
Yeah.
Today was it's a hot day in Texas. Like, temperature wise, it's not super hot, but the sun has just been beating. It's been beating down on us. Matt, how are you doing, sir? How was the game?
Doing good. The game was good. We started off a little flat first half, but then the second half we really turned it around. It was a 1-0 game. It probably should have been like at least 3-0 our end, but we got the dub.
Okay.
That's what matters. So
you got the win. Let's go. Yeah. My oldest, he played today. We went down 2-0 and then rallied the troops. We came back, tied it up 2-2. It was a good game. The kids are learning. They're improving. But okay, before we get going into today's episode, Matt.
Yes.
What boots did you wear tonight for your game? Let's start off with this.
I wore the limited edition Neos.
You brought them out. So this is the Mizuno Neo Beta with the Alpha sole plate.
Yes.
All right. Give us some updates. I want to hear some thoughts.
Okay, so since the last pod, I have worn these now 3 times and counting tonight.
Okay.
Hot take. This might be the best pair of boots I've ever worn in my life.
Oh, wow. I thought it was going to go the opposite. I thought he was like, all right, guys, hot take's not that good.
No, these are amazing. These
really?
I have no notes. I said that when I first tried them on. I first played with them. They've only gotten better, which didn't even know that was going to be possible. The Alpha sole plate is like, I feel like I didn't get to appreciate it as much.
Yeah.
In the Alpha 2, just because the fit was so frustrating for me, and I just couldn't get that boot to fit me the way I wanted it to, and I had issues with the length and all that, so I couldn't actually enjoy the sole plate. But when I think back about my experience with the Alpha 2, I remember loving how that sole plate felt. And on this boot, you get all the benefits of the sole plate, and then all the comfort from the Neo Beta. And I'm going to double down on what I said last week when it comes to the fit. This version is ever so slightly wider. I'm not saying if you have wide feet, this is going to fit you. Probably still not. But if you're kind of right on the edge and you get away with the Neos, but they're not that comfortable, these are going to be so much more comfortable.
Okay.
Especially after you break them in. I've gotten to the point I've worn them 3 times and they fit me like a glove. And I don't think about it when I'm wearing them. The leather is buttery soft. They're responsive. I had no hot spots, no movement. I honestly have nothing bad to say about my experience so far.
That's crazy.
Awesome, dude.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
It's honestly crazy.
It's weird too because it's like you have the Alpha, and obviously you have your notes, and you're like, okay, these are the things I don't like, right? And then you had the Mercurial and Neo Betas before, and you're like, okay, these are the things I don't like. And then when they combine those 2 boots, it's like the positives from the Mercurial solve the Alpha issues, and the Alpha positives solve the Mercurial issues. So you literally got like legitimately the best of both worlds.
Exactly. Yep.
That's crazy.
Dude, I'm jealous, Matt, because like I feel like that's what I'm always looking for. Is like literally exactly how you've described it, where it's like it's a perfect fit. I don't even notice it on my feet. Like that's exactly what I want in a boot. Because I don't think about it. Put them on and I'm ready to go.
Yeah, this is the first time in a very long time where I can say I don't think about my boots. Because like even with like the Preds, I love the Preds, but like that's like a significant feel on your feet, especially when you're picking the ball with the rubber. Like it's not that you're like actively thinking about it, but it's definitely something that like affects your game in a different way. With these, it's just so natural, but then you get that like the only thing I honestly think about when I play is like, wow, this Carvo is gonna make me faster. Like that's what I'm thinking. Like it's not that it does, but it makes me feel faster. Yeah,
it puts you on sprinter's blocks, man.
Yeah,
like that's,
it really does.
Like it doesn't make you faster, but you feel like you're pushing against something.
Yeah,
every sprint, it's fantastic.
And honestly, I think I had my best performance of the season tonight with these. So
Nice.
Oh,
yeah,
that's great to hear. So overall, Morelia prototype is going whatever the hell. What are we calling these?
I think just
Do they have a name?
Morelia Neo Limited Edition is what I'm going to call it. But
Okay.
Yeah.
So the Neo Limiteds are like a solid. Like we're on Neo watch right now. Neo Limited watch.
yeah, like for me
Okay.
right now, after 3 wears,
Yeah.
boot of the year.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's only like the 4th time I've heard that this year. That's crazy.
Yeah. I don't know. This one I think is going to hold.
Okay.
But
So this is the bar.
Yeah. This is officially knocked the Predator down to 2.
Okay.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, Kobe. You said you were kicking around. You were playing pickup. What
Yeah.
were you rocking tonight?
Rocking these steady Eddies, bro.
Ooh.
Steady Eddies.
Mud on the bottom.
I know. I'm the worst. I'm the worst. I never
Yes.
take care of the mud on the bottom of my cleats.
Just a little
Yeah,
slap.
man.
Just a little slap.
Yeah, we were back on. We weren't on AG today, obviously, and it was so shitty because it had been raining and the grass was high. But, dude, I will say like about these, like they don't blow me out of the water. There's nothing about them that's just like I have like no notes on. Oh wow, like this is incredible leather or an incredible fit, or it does everything fine. I guess like the leather's fine, the heel's fine. It doesn't hurt, which is like a huge thing for me. I still changed out of them mostly because like the field we play on is so bad. I just put my Morelia 2s on because there's literal, like I've told you guys before, rocks poking out of the ground, and I feel like I need those thicker studs. But yeah, I mean I've enjoyed my experience in them. I'd rather wear them than these right now, which I think I need to give another shot. But yeah, I like the leather feel, the comfort. And the I don't know, I guess the way it does not hurt my feet because that's a huge thing for me.
Yeah.
That's great. Like that's what I said. They're kind of like that. They're kind of like those players where like consistently give you like a 7 or 8 out of 10 performance.
Right.
Like they're never gonna blow you away. There's never like oh my they did this, and they're never gonna be like oh my god they cost us the game. They're just like they put in a shift, they did their job, they went home.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you say the Pure 3 is now like that boot you recommend to people that like want something no nonsense, comfortable, gets the job done?
Yeah, Matt, that's great. Yeah, if you're like a stalwart Copa Mundial guy, and like I'd be like, dude, just get this. It's like it's way more modern, and it's literally the same thing. There's no grip elements. There's no nonsense. Like the fit is pretty decent. The lockdown's pretty decent. I've heard people say that they really like this heel. It's not bad, but I will say that like it just to me when I'm in something like this new Tequila or even the Morelias or old Tiempos, I feel like my heel is just down deeper. I guess is the only way I can describe it. And with this, it feels a little bit more shallow. Like it's not like slippage. It's more like it's not high enough.
Yeah. But not as bad as the Puma Kings were. You remember that one?
Oh no, that was terrible.
Yeah,
that was awful.
terrible.
Yeah. So I feel like Adidas did a good job and that like everything is good. It's like I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just no nonsense. Steady.
Yeah. It's kind of just like steak and potatoes. Like it's just everything you need. It's nothing more. It's nothing less. It's like it's just the bar.
Right.
That's to me the Copa Pure 3 should be like the minimum bar. Like Matt, you're at like the peak bar of what boots should be.
Yeah.
To me, the Copa Pure 3 should be the minimum bar. Like we're not doing anything worse than this.
That's fair. Yeah.
It is a weird experience for me to not get a new boot and be like, oh my god, this is amazing. It's like, oh, this is the first boot where I'm like, hey guys, this one's it's just fine.
Yeah. Well, I think it's crazy too how this goes back to like conversations that we've had, and we kind of referenced it last week with the Phantoms, but like how different that colorway feels for you than that like teaser launch one.
Yeah.
You remember how unsold
Dude,
you were?
I gave up right away. I touched that and I put them on. And I was like, no, this isn't it. This isn't it.
I'm telling you, something's on that boot. Like there's a coating or something on that boot.
Right.
It's the stripe, dude. It's that dumb stripe they put on it.
I know. Yeah, this one doesn't have it.
Yeah, thank God.
Stripe down the middle.
Something about that. I mean, like I said, I have my pair, and I remember when I felt those. Yeah, there's something about that one that was just. And then for me, I've been testing Dream Speeds.
Yes,
dude, I forgot how good and fun a Mercurial can be.
I told you, man.
That's where I'm at with this boot.
This is my version of Justin. I told you. I told you you'd love these. Yeah.
I'm enjoying this. Even Julio said the same thing. He's like, dude, I told you. Like, Yeah, for me, like these, they're not gonna blow me away. Like I would never be like, oh, you need a boot, like you have to get the Merc. Like I'm like, yeah, it's a cool boot. Like if you can fit into it, like yeah, it's cool. I like it. It's chill. I don't notice this at all.
Oh, really?
And I try, Colby. I like cognitively tried to be on my toes. Like, you know how I was saying I didn't notice the Carvo, and you guys were like, oh, you don't run on your toes. I like purposely like, okay, let me stand on my toe, like tippy toes.
Yeah.
Like try to get that feel. Yeah, I don't really notice it. It doesn't. I didn't feel bad, but I didn't notice it either.
So with the Air Zoom, I didn't feel it at all on FG. And as soon as I got onto AG, I felt a little bit of like the air pocket of like, oh, wow, I'm kind of pushing off on something here. It doesn't give you Carvo anything. It doesn't do anything. You can just kind of feel it like for me on an AG versus an FG surface.
Yeah. Okay. I will say when I tried those on, I definitely felt it less than I did on the previous version.
Same.
Yeah. So
same.
I think just the way they redesigned it makes it just a little bit less noticeable, maybe. But
maybe
you'll have to keep us posted on like the durability of that, because I do remember the previous version. After like a month or so, it went from like super responsive to like just squishy and like
the
dull.
air is almost like leaking.
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Kobe.
I was gonna say I'm kind of bummed, man. I know you've been trying those out, but I wanted to get an update on the GX2s.
The Phantom's coming. Yeah. I'll get the Phantom soon. I'm probably gonna wear them maybe tomorrow.
Okay.
I gotta go find a field, but I will say too that I'm used to. We've talked about this a lot, but like me, like thickness. It doesn't bother me, and when I wear a lot of Preds, so when I strike the ball and everything, I will say that. My foot, maybe it was just how I was kicking, and I was kicking a lot and kicking hard. My foot started to hurt, like here. Like after a while, like my foot, I was like, or maybe the ball, I had like a really inflated ball. But after a while, I was like, God, my foot hurts. And I kind of told Porter, I was like, all right, like I'm done. Like I'm not kicking this like that anymore. So maybe I just got fatigued. I don't shoot that much in general.
That part is incredibly thin and porous.
It's a super thin boot.
Yeah.
But again, I love this colorway. I know Noah was giving me a hard time, but yeah, man, this colorway is sick.
Dude, honestly, this generation, I think the Vapor 16 just like blows this current version of the F50 out of the water. Like with comfort, with lightness, everything. I feel so like stupid now. I think the name change just duped a lot of people until we're like, this kind of sucks.
Yeah.
And the merch's very good.
The hype of the name died down. And you're like,
I think the biggest problem with the F50 in comparison is that I feel like they made the Mercurial more accommodating to more people. And then I feel like the F50, the shape is so just weird. Like, I don't know how to say it. Like, it's just like not accommodating for most foot types. Like there's that one person that probably loves it. Like I didn't hate them, but I also know it's kind of not the best shape of a football boot. So
yeah,
for sure.
Yeah.
And I also think that, like, again, as much grief as we kind of give Nike and some of these brands, like, design philosophy, I think that with the Merc, they were like, hey, let's try to make it more accommodating, right?
Yeah.
You know? And I think with Adidas, when they thought about bringing the name back, it's kind of like, well, what is the F50 to people? They're like, it's a thin, lightweight boot, a synthetic upper, and they kind of went back to, like the current F50 reminds me of, Matt, and you'll know this too, like, 2011, 12, 13 F50. Like, just that really plasticky.
Yeah.
It feels like plastic in here. Like, this feels like straight plastic.
Yeah, I would probably say the closest one is 12, because I remember that one specifically not. Yeah. That's the launch colorway was like the red and yellow.
Yep. I know exactly what you're talking about.
That one specifically, minus the leather variation, was just not a comfortable boot.
Exactly. And I think that's where a lot of people are having issues with this F50s. It's just like, dude, it's too plastic. Like, I think we've gone away from plastic thin uppers for so long that now that they're trying to bring it back, people are like, this really does suck. Yeah. Like, I don't like this.
Yeah. Well, I think there was that whole like knit comfort era. And it's like, so this is something I kind of wanted to talk about with like these boots is like, there's something to be said about how we've gotten to this point where it's just pure comfort out of the box. And that's almost an expected thing now. Like breaking your boots in, like the amount of time is almost not worth it anymore. Like if you pull an F50 out and I tell you like, oh, you're going to have to play like 6 hours to break that boot in. You're gonna be like, ugh, no. Like, I don't want to do that. You know what I mean? I don't have the time to do that.
Yeah, and I mean, like, specifically for us, like, we're like buying at least one pair of boots a month at this point. So for us, like, we don't have kind of the time to like put that much like hours into breaking in a boot. So yeah, we might be a little bit more harsh and say someone that's just getting one pair of boots like every 6 months or every year, and they're kind of just powering through and breaking those in. But still, I mean, in comparison to most boots on the market, like, the breaking process shouldn't be so long that it's just like you're wearing it like half a month or a month and it's still not broken in. So
yeah, it should. And again, like, you know, we were talking about with Colby when you had them. Like, it shouldn't be destroying your feet that much either.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, no boot nowadays, you know, we're past Superfly 2 and 3 days. Like, no boot should be like legitimately destroying your feet. It's one thing you get blister, but when when it's literally ripping your skin off, like, we have issues.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Well, while we're on the topic of the F50, we have seen the release, the World Cup, the 2010 F50 remake, right? The yellow with the black stripes. We have seen the leather remake, so the reverse colorway, black with the yellow stripes. And then now we've seen, who was it? Wirtz? Is that what you guys said?
Yes. Wirtz
is
in
Madweke. Yep.
Okay, yeah. They are wearing the current F50 that's kind of essentially painted to look like an homage to the 2010. What are you guys feeling? Like, how are we feeling? I know you guys aren't really the biggest remake guys anyways, but like, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts on the current one that's basically like a reskin, nah. Like, until they come out with the 2025 where they like redo the materials, like, I don't even know. I don't even know how those are selling, but I mean, I'm sure this one will sell because there's some like remake vibes to it, but like, I just don't want to touch that boot until they redo something with the upper.
Okay, so Colby's totally out. What about the remakes, Colby? Do you care?
No, because the leather ones, of course, are black, and you know me, I don't really wear black boots.
Yeah,
they look great on Thomas Muller, but and I love that sole plate too. Like, I do love the upper, like, reimagined with the modern day sole plate, so that's pretty cool. If it was a different color, if it was the yellow, like majority yellow on the leather, I would think about it, but no, these aren't for me.
Okay, cool. Matt, where are you at?
I'm pretty simple with my opinion. The painted ones, absolutely terrible. Like, why not just give us the yellow synthetic upper with the sole plate of the current F50? Significantly better. I think, honestly, that 2010 F50 upper, the way it fit, and like I think the stiffness is exactly the same out of the box. And I think the way it fit was better. So you just give us that sole plate. I think that people would be more into that than they are this painted color, at least for me. But on the flip side, the remakes, fantastic.
Okay.
Like, I have a pair of the 2010 leather F50s. I have a blackout pair with like the gold or the orange accents, and I love them. Like, super underrated boot for the time that they came out, and it still is on par with a lot of leather boots currently available, and it's so lightweight. So
it's funny too because like well, I don't want to say Colby, but Matt, I'm gonna use you as an example. You're like the prime example of like how much time changes things, because I remember when the 2010 World Cup was going on, nobody was excited about that black leather one. They all were excited about the yellow ones and the messy chameleons, and then everybody wanted the leather messy chameleons, but I don't think they even made those. I think that was just a messy thing. So it's crazy that, 11 years? No, I can't do math. 15, 14 years? 15, thank
15
you.
years.
15 years later, you're kind of like, yeah, I really am excited for the black one, like, nah. But the black one is the one that I want.
Well, it's kind of crazy because even if you look back at that World Cup, most players are wearing the leather one.
Yes.
Yeah. So it was a better boot. It's still a better boot. I hope that the durability is better than most Adidas boots currently, but we'll see.
Yeah. And I mean, let's be honest, until arguably 2014, the leather F50 was always better.
Yeah.
Like, realistically, the leather was the way to go. Okay, so while we're on this topic, I kind of wanted to ask you guys a question. Now, you both kind of have given your opinions on things. So let's say we know the Nike Phantom 360 is coming out, right? So we're gonna use that as our test subject, okay? So when you go and you see this new boot, what are the first couple things that you look at to make you decide whether or not you're even gonna try to test them out and pull the trigger versus like, me and Colby sometimes are like, just no, like straight up no. And Matt, I know you're that way with some boots too. You're just like, no. Yeah. So like, what are some of the things, like Colby, like kind of start us off, like if a new silo comes out from any brand, let's say any brand is coming out, like what are the things that you look at when you're gonna go buy a boot?
Well, Justin, first and foremost, man, colorway, because that's like immediately what pops out. Right. Yes. So like Matt just was talking about like, oh man, I'm like really excited for these like black leather boots, and like immediately my brain shuts off. I'm like, no, like I won't do it. Like I won't. And mostly it comes because like we're both older than Matt, right? And so we always had to wear black boots. That's like all we could wear. That's all our coach would tell us. We're in high school. It was like, no, you can only wear black. And so I don't know if that just got instilled in my brain as like when I get my own job and I can do my own stuff, I'm never gonna wear black. And so I think that's what it comes from. But yeah, colorway wise, that's it.
So colorway for you would say is the most important thing.
I would say it's the most important thing. I would say it's the first thing that pops out to me.
So first thing is colorway. Okay, Matt, what are you kind of thinking? Like a new silo comes out, what are you looking at first thing?
First thing for me is the sole plate and the studs. It doesn't have to be conical studs, but just a relatively neutral sole plate or an AG option.
Okay, yeah. That's a big one for you. I remember that was how you were with the Pred FT with this gen. Yep. You were immediately looking for the AG.
Yep.
Okay, see, I'm like Colby. Like, colorway is the first thing that's grabbing me. If I think it's an ugly boot, like I'm immediately like starting to check out. Like,
yeah, I think like right after sole plate for me, I wouldn't say colorway specifically because like we know more colors are definitely coming
for sure,
but more or less just design. Like, because if it's an ugly design, you can't really fix it with colorways unless it's a blackout or a whiteout or whatever.
Okay, Colby, what about you? So you like colorway you've noticed, then what are you kind of going? What do you start going down the pecking order?
Oh, pecking order. I'll go with Matt's answer, sole plate, because I'm a mostly conical studs guy. Like if I see blades on there, like I'm checking out. Like if I see, like I love the way the current Furon looks. I love the way the last Furon looked. It's just not going to happen. Not because of that sole plate.
Yep.
Okay, so see, for me, this is kind of a cop-out, but like right after the colorway, the next thing I'm looking at is like what the big name is saying, like what J Mike is saying about a boot, or
That's
even
fair.
Josh, Noah, some of these guys who get boots earlier. Like I will always use, and I probably shouldn't do that. It's like make up your own mind, but like I don't know if you guys notice this, but immediately when a review starts and J Mike's reviewing a boot, if he likes it, you could tell like his excitement, like you could hear the excitement in his voice. And if he doesn't like a boot, you can kind of hear him be like, oh, I got to get through this. And so immediately, like off the bat, like, because usually J Mike and Unisport are some of the first to review. If I hear the excitement in his voice, it gets me excited and that makes me want to try them. Yeah. But if I kind of hear like here's why you might not want, I'm like, oh, here we go. He hates it.
Yeah. His foreknowing or reasons or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. But that's for me. And then I would say, honestly, like you guys know I'm weird. The sole plate for me is like one of the last things I look at. Like I don't care about that at all. AG, FG, blade, like all like the Cyclone 360. Like I loved that. I thought it looked so cool.
Yeah.
Like even on the original Luna and Colby, we talked about it. I just thought it looked cool, so I was like, yeah, I'm around. Like I don't care about the sole plate at all. Do you guys have anything that like when it comes to buying a new boot, whether you're just like, yeah, that may be important to some people, but like for me, that's not a factor at all.
I've one that like changed more recently, which I think comes with like kind of like the plateau of knit boots. And it's like a one-piece design. I don't really care about a one-piece design. Like I used to, back when like the height of like since 2014 probably until like 2020, I was like, oh, I want a one-piece design, knit collar. Even if it's like high top, low top, whatever. Now it's like I just want a simple low top boot that's easy to get on and is comfortable, and like I don't care if it's one piece or if it's a knit, as long as it's comfortable.
So is it like you don't? It's not that you dislike it, or whatever. It's just you're indifferent to the one piece design now.
Yeah. Like
Okay.
I do like get the benefit with like some one piece designs, like especially on turf.
The
Like,
lockdown or whatever.
it keeps the turf beats out, and like the lockdown's great. Like with these, like I warm up with them unlaced, and it's kind of nice. Like I could just fucking
Okay.
do my thing. But like at the end of the day, if a boot with a standard U throat is as good or better, I'm gonna do that. Like I don't care that much about the one piece. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Colby, you got anything?
Yeah, I would say lacing system is important. Like Matt said, I don't think that knit or one piece or U throat changes it too much for me anymore. Like I think there used to be kind of a myth, and I think it is with the newer technology, that like the one piece uppers locked you down better. I think you can get just as good of a lockdown with the U throat as long as the design is right. Ease of putting on, because some boots are a total bitch to try to put your foot into and take your foot out of. So something that I can like this is a great example. Like does everything kind of right. I can get my foot in, get my foot out. No trouble at all.
Yeah.
Central lacing system, I'm a sucker for. It's got to be a pretty good boot for it to be kind of like an off to the side lacing system. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm looking for with my laces.
Okay. No, that's fair. It's like it's not like that. Like this isn't like a super elaborate thing. It's just like kind of things that I think other people wonder about, and I wonder about how you guys go. Like when you're deciding, like what, like I've been so against buying the Vapor until I finally found this colorway at a price that I wanted to pay for, this boot without having tried it. So for me, like it always goes back to the colorway. Like the colorway is the most important thing for me, personally. Because if I don't like how a boot looks, like I don't want to buy it. I don't want to wear it. Nothing.
Yeah. I think for me, it's like not the colorway I'm looking for is important, but the ones I don't want is more important.
Okay.
I think. You know what I mean?
Okay. Like that green bread.
Yeah. Or like just like ugly ass like colors like mixed together, like honestly Adidas's current pack, I guess.
I don't even know what their current pack
like
is right now.
They're like minus that Copa. I think that Copa is actually pretty nice, but
yeah, I like this one.
Okay.
Yeah, it's like all right.
The pink, it's like the pink and the
pink and white
yellow and white. Yeah.
Like I don't like super bright colors. But like if it's all one, like if it's all the same color, I could usually like get behind that. Like those pink Under Armours, I think are pretty sick looking. But like when they mix a bunch of crazy colors together, I'm like, all right, I'm out.
Yeah, dude. Speaking of upper, I didn't mention this, but burrito tongues, I'm out.
Oh, that's fair. That's a fair
hate
shout.
burrito tongues.
You've always
I
hated
don't
those.
know why people like those. Just do U throat. Like what? I don't understand. I don't understand if people think, because sometimes with the way they make burrito tongues, it flares still at the ankle, and I'm like, okay, you're trying to mitigate one problem, and then you're creating another one. Like instead of you wanting the floating tongue, like you're creating like this, I don't know, widened out ankle area, and I can't stand that.
Yeah, and honestly, my biggest pet peeve with burrito tongues, like I think they suck in general, but when they do the burrito tongue going to the medial side of your foot instead of going medial to lateral, like I'd rather have less bulk on the part of the foot that I'm using more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that makes
sense. For example, the Copa 18.1, it like goes
19.
I think
19.
19, you're right. Yeah, 19. It like goes to the inside, and I'm like, why? Why would they do that? Why wouldn't they just have
another layer?
Yeah,
put another layer.
It's so
stupid.
dumb. It's so dumb.
Yeah, that is a weird, like a reverse burrito tongue.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird. Like I said, I really don't care about that.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't bother me. I don't love burrito tongues, but I don't hate them. But you guys know me. I'm weird. I'm really weird when it comes to boots.
Are there materials that the boot's made of that will immediately like if it's leather, I'm pretty in. I like if you tell me a boot's like K leather, even these like modern calfskin leathers, I'm like 70-80% of the way.
I literally was thinking this question too. I think the only one that I get iffy on is like textile, like I'm trying to think of a good one. The Vapor 14.
Yeah.
The Vaporposit?
Yeah, not a fan of that at all.
That one's so good.
Yeah. Well, they went from the 13, like I was fine with knit, and they did that. And like the newer, the Vapor 15, I think they did it a lot better with that kind of like textile kind of upper. But those for me, I usually can't get behind.
That's fair. Mine's mesh. Anytime I hear it's like, oh, it's a mesh upper with, and I'm like, oh god, it's gonna be plastic, or it's gonna be like the Furon 1 where it's just like, oh god. So or like the early Evo speeds were always mesh uppers, and I'm like, this is terrible. Or microfiber, terrible.
Right. It is kind of weird. Like Puma's notorious for this, where they'll put like 3 different things all in the same upper. Like the Future 8's a good example, but they've been doing it like with most of their futures kind of going up. It's just in different ways. You know what I mean? And it's like you can either do it right where it's done well and you're like, oh, like I get a better touch here, or I feel more locked down here in the midfoot, or it feels like there's 20 different things going on in the upper and it doesn't like mesh well at all.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
That is a fair shout. Also, whatever the Future 8 is doing, not a fan of that.
Not a fan.
Still
it's
gonna
doing everything wrong.
Try it
the
for the
sole
memes.
plate, the upper, the fit, the heel.
I saw a kid wearing them in our game tonight, and I immediately turned to my teammates. I'm like, just go for that kid. Like, just go for that kid. I'm like, there's no way this guy knows ball.
He got no ball. He didn't, did he? He did no ball.
No, his touch, garbage.
Man. What if that guy was like solo responsible for them getting scored on? He's like, guys, it's the Future 8s. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he's like, I told you they're that bad.
I'm so disconnected from the ball field. I'm so sorry.
That is funny.
But no, that's it from me. I just kind of wanted to get y'all's thoughts on kind of what you look for when you buy boots.
Yeah, dude. Sorry, one more thing. I got this out here.
One more, and then I'm cutting you off.
You're cutting me off, dude. Foam pods.
Oh,
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
I agree.
You can't say that. You can't say that. Hypervent Phantom 3 has foam pods.
Oh, but why?
Because they're awesome.
All right.
What else had foam pods? I feel like something else has foam pods.
Tiempo 9 has foam pods.
Great.
Copa Sense has foam pods.
The Copa Sense
Great.
No, worst ones ever.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
The Future 8 have foam pods and a certain like underneath the Sense pods or something. I don't even know.
No, the Sense pods was the Copa.
The Copa
Sense, but they have something, and you don't feel them when you have the boot on. Yeah,
we don't need them.
It's just extra bulk.
Yeah.
If you're gonna do that, just make a leather variation. That's all you need.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like bulky boots. You know, some of the old Preds, the edges. You know, I like a little meat and girth to my boots.
You like wearing some bricks on your feet.
Thick.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. If you got bricks on your feet, you can't feel anything. You know, you can't feel the ball. You can't feel the studs when somebody steps on. It's just protection. Okay, follow that guy on TikTok. Cool. Is that it? Anybody have anything else they want to update before we get out of here? This is a super short episode.
Yes.
Everybody is literally exhausted. It's been a long day, guys.
Yes, long weekend for me.
Very hot today.
That's it. All right, Colby, tell the people where they can find you.
You guys can find me at Kicking with Kolbs on Instagram and on YouTube.
Matt.
You can find me at Burns Boots on Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok.
You can find me at Texas Cleat Collector. Oh my god, my voice is cracking. Like I'm 12. I'm like Yamal going through puberty right now. On Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. You can find us at Boostcast Pod on Instagram. And go down in the comments. Let us know what you think of Matt's new setup. He's moved. He's got a whole new background.
It's not finished yet. It's just a pile of crap right here. But
yeah,
I'm all moved in.
If you've made it this far in the pod, leave a comment, pile of crap, and tell us what you look for when you buy boots. And as always, go down, hit like, comment, subscribe, all that crap. And if you like what you've seen and you want to see more, click down here to see more. See you later.